Hello everybody, thank you so much for joining us in our midweek video. These videos exist to allow your family and your friends to have further discussion about what we talked about this past Wednesday night. But don't worry if you weren't there. These questions can still make you think and hopefully learn more about yourself and more about God. Though before we jump into the questions, I want to share with you a quick devotional thought. Throughout Jesus' life, he taught using parables. And for those that may not know what a parable is, it's a simple story used to illustrate a moral or spiritual lesson. The story of the prodigal son or the Good Samaritan are just a couple of examples of the parables that Jesus told. One of my personal favorite parables is the wise and the foolish builder. This can be found in Matthew 7, verses 24 to 27, which says this: "Therefore everyone who hears these words of mine and puts them into practice is like a wise man who built his house on the rock. The rain came down, the streams rose, and the winds blew and beat against the house, yet it did not fall, because it had its foundation on the rock. But everyone who hears these words of mine and does not put them into practice is like the foolish man who built his house on sand. The rain came down, the streams rose, and the winds blew and beat against his house, and it fell with a great crash." Now in this story, Jesus isn't actually talking about a real event that took place. There isn't an actual wise builder and an actual foolish builder. Instead, he is using this story as an illustration to explain to us the importance of our own spiritual foundation, to build our own spiritual lives on something solid, the Word of God and the words of Jesus. Jesus uses these parables to relate his godly and perfect wisdom to teach us in a way that we can understand. I think this very fact shows a lot about the character of Jesus. See, he wasn't a person that wanted to come into this world and brag or show off about his infinite knowledge. No, instead he wanted to communicate that knowledge so that more people could have an opportunity to understand and believe in it. He isn't a God talking in riddles to drive people away from him. No, he is a God that has such a deep and intimate understanding of his creation that he knows exactly how to relay information to it. I think that's beautiful and shows us who God truly is and the way he looks at you and me. But with that, we do have a few connecting questions for you guys today. First question we have: even though we can't sit on the hillside and listen as the New Testament believers did, Jesus has as much to teach us now as he did when he was on earth. How do we learn from Jesus today? And I want to follow that up with a little bit of a fun question. If you could ask Jesus one question, what would it be? And our second connecting question is, after 40 days in the wilderness, Jesus faced 3 temptations from Satan. What were these temptations, and how did Jesus combat each one? So great to talk with you guys. I will see you on Sunday at 10:30 a.m. and at our next Wednesday night service at 6:30 p.m. Love you guys. Bye.